Good morning. It's Kim McColll here. I just wanted to thank you guys for taking a couple minutes out of your day to be with us. Yesterday, my husband Sean and I hosted a really fun event in which we shared some valuable information with about 20 friends of ours who have either recently started or are considering starting a Juice Plus virtual franchise like our family has. And since there were a significant number of you who really wanted to attend and had conflicts, I wanted to go ahead and record the information so that I could get it out to each of you, and that you can, share with others and schedule time with us for some follow-up. But again, I wanted to really take this time to share a little bit about the Juice Plus product, a little bit about how it's made, some about the research behind the product, and then also give you a high level on business model, what it is and what it isn't, and then also an understanding of the income opportunity. So I'm going to kick off with a very short video on what challenges are.
Oh man, what aren't the health challenges of our generation? I think that's the question that you really need to ask, because
it's go all the time, and from point A to maybe 2 months, maybe kids our age are realizing, no, we cannot continue the way we're going.
The availability of true nutrition and good nutrition is just not there.
I think it's so hard to go to the grocery store and even know what's good for you anymore. There are so many products out there. There's good things, there's bad things. We're hearing bad things about the good things now, and we just are kind of confused. And so to me, Juice Plus is just a great answer for that.
I was a 15 corn dog a week guy back in high school. I go to this corn dog place in my hometown to get 5 corn dogs, a large French fry, and a Coke 3 times a week. And it was terrible, but I mean, I love corn dogs, and but after Juice Plus, I started seeing healthy changes.
The Complete has just been a great solution for a lot of people.
You're still at least getting the nutrients you need and hopefully sparking a little more energy throughout the day. I love that the Juice Plus products are just easy to take. It's true fast food is actually good for you. So I can make a shake, 5 minutes tops, and then I can go to work.
Juice Plus is a part of that up-and-coming wellness movement.
Everyone needs Juice Plus, and how it fits into a healthy lifestyle. Here's how it fits. It fits seamlessly. That's how it fits.
I was able to go to a really small college and be on the football team there, and while we were working out, a lot of my friends were taking their whey protein shakes, and I was able to use the complete whole food nutrition, not just these isolated proteins. I noticed that I was able to really maximize my workouts and maximize my performance.
When your family looks at you and thanks you because they feel better than they ever have in their life, there's nothing more gratifying in the world than that.
Juice Plus rocks.
Get on the train. It's going to happen with or without you, so be there.
Okay, so while I was never a 15 corn dog kind of week person, I can absolutely relate to some of what they said in that video as far as there being so much information out there and we're hearing bad things about the good things and being confused. I myself am a certified health coach. I founded a company called Your Healthy Tomorrows. I work with a lot of partners, whether it's meal prep, personal trainers, physicians, in putting together wellness packages and routines, if you will, trying to help my clients with healthy habits. One of the things that I discovered when I was going through my certifications and furthering my education was that there is a lot of conflicting information out there, and I really wanted to make it my charter to give my clients tools, not just information, not just an education, but a practical tool set that was going to allow them to apply that education and get these health habits rolling in a solid and doable daily way inside of their own households. So I absolutely have a passion for both wellness and business. My background, my degrees are in biology and marketing, and I probably care equally about them. But our family has absolutely embraced Juice Plus as what we consider to be our most important health habit, bar none. And we'll share a little bit of that moving forward. But my husband and I, and he also is a business guy. He has a master's in business. He has started and sold companies. And he and I run this franchise together now because we see this franchise as absolutely the most solid, boundless, and truly risk-free business opportunity out there. And the fact that it is associated with a product that we feel so strongly about has us both fully committed, to this franchise and helping others to grow and do the same. Juice Plus is also experiencing just absolutely explosive growth right now, which is why we are being very proactive in helping any of our friends who are interested start their own franchise, build the life that we've been able to build, because now is just an extraordinary time for our business, and it's because of our product, and it's because of the shift in our country's mindset towards prevention and not treatment. So what is Juice Plus for those of you who don't know? Juice Plus is simply raw, organically grown produce concentrated into either a capsule form or a chewable form for children. And that is just unbelievable to me. And I share with people all the time because I'm very transparent. My skepticism when I first heard about Juice Plus was that is this really fruits and veggies? That's what I really wanted to understand. Is this truly raw fruits and vegetables in a capsule? Because I said to my husband, if that's what it turns out this is what I want to do, with the rest of my career, because this is simple and it's genius. And as it turns out, that is what it is. And one of the ways you can tell, if you flip over a lot of what people are taking now, you'll see a supplement label. When you look at Juice Plus, capsules, chewables, even their shakes and bars, which we'll talk about in a minute, they have a nutrition facts label. That's an indicator that you're eating food and not a synthetic supplement. I've had a couple clients I've worked with kind of bring me what their regimen, what they're taking right now, and I'm often shocked at how many supplements people are taking when really just getting as many fruits and vegetables as we can the old-fashioned way by eating them, but also adding Juice Plus as a way to fill those gaps covers virtually any, nutritional needs you would have. Oftentimes the supplements will also have a warning on them, do not use while pregnant or nursing. And I share with people all the time that that's a red flag for me. If there's something in there that is not healthy for me when I'm pregnant or nursing, it's probably not good for me when I'm not pregnant and not nursing. So I was extraordinarily impressed when I learned of Juice Plus, the fact that it was fruits and veggies and the fact that it carried a food label. I want to show you a little clip now on how Juice Plus is made, but definitely pay attention to the fact that the produce that we're eating when we eat Juice Plus is allowed to vine ripen. That is one of the most critical factors in health when you're consuming vegetables and fruits. A lot of these phytonutrients that contribute to prevention of chronic disease come to be in that piece of produce in the last 24 to 48 hours on the vine or in the ground. Most of what we purchase at the grocery store is never allowed to vine ripen. It's picked 1,400 miles away, shipped to a grocery store, where it sits for a day or two before we buy it to bring it home and eat it. I love the fact that all of our produce is vine ripened and that it is juiced right there, dried at a low enough temperature that what we're eating is raw. So take a quick listen.
We're in a position to deal with the best growers in the world. And most of these growers specialize in a particular crop. And unlike what we see in the supermarket that goes through a very complex distribution chain and is probably picked a week or two prior to the time you actually buy it, Juice Plus produce is allowed to ripen and is picked at the peak of ripeness. It's important because the nutrient value develops in the later stages of growing. And in fact, we deal with the types of growers who have facilities right there next to their fields where they can instantly clean, wash, and process the fruits and vegetables. And it's the state of the art in terms of preserving the nutrient value of fruits and vegetables. Well, of course, the juice then goes into our proprietary drying process. Everything stays very cold until the very last minute. And then the warmth required for drying is applied. But it's maintained at temperatures that don't damage the nutrients. It's an enormous difference between the quality of Juice Plus and the quality of typical fruit and vegetable juice drying. So the powders are then shipped to our final manufacturing partners who do blending, encapsulation, packaging. Their equipment is state-of-the-art. Their certifications are second to none. And all of our manufacturing partners, whether they're growers, juicers, encapsulators, they have quality control procedures that we have reviewed and approved at every step of the way. All of our partners have their own labs, do their own testing, and they provide certificates of analysis that match our specifications before they ship the product. Quality control is essential for a quality product. And I can say with complete confidence that there is no nutraceutical or nutritional support product made in the world at a higher quality than Juice Plus.
Okay. So once again, awesome information from John Blair on how our product is made, and I think it's really very interesting. If we took a look at how a lot of pharmaceuticals and supplements are made, it would be quite a different video. What do I look for personally and professionally in a product? Again, because I'm a certified health coach and have a practice where I do see clients, as I already stated, it was very important to me that any product I was going to be using, and by the way, Juice Plus is the only product that I use in my practice and in my household, that it have a food label. We've already talked about that. But the second thing I look for is research. Some of that is because I have a biology background and it just is very interesting to me. But some of it's because as wonderful as the things that I can feel are, and our family has had just unbelievable results on Juice Plus. We were very healthy before we started, yet we've still had tremendous increases in energy. My gosh, we have felt virtually bulletproof during the cold and flu seasons these last couple years. It has really boosted our immune system. To have school-age children not missing school for sickness is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Really has helped us maintain a very healthy weight very easily. Craving healthier foods, much stronger workouts, hair, nails, skin, all visibly much healthier and growing very quickly. And those things are great. But what's greater, to be honest, and the reason we started was because of what is happening at the cellular level. Because of my background, I care about that. You know, I care about the reduction in oxidative stress, the reduction in inflammation. You think of how many people you meet that are dealing with illnesses that stem from inflammation, particularly in the gut. You hear so much now about, you know, Crohn's and colitis and IBS and, you know, certainly a lot of food allergies and seasonal allergies. And, you know, so much of this is tied to either systemic inflammation or our immune systems. Looking at protecting DNA is just an extraordinary thing to be able to prove, and the science behind it has shown that there's a vast reduction in DNA damage in the people who are taking Juice Plus. I already talked a little bit about skin and gums, but cardiovascular wellness, I'm going to only walk you through one quick study. There are 31 published studies, but I just want to go through one so you'll understand the type of research that's being done on this product. University of Maryland did a test that was published in the Journal of Cardiac Health several years ago, but what they were testing was something called the vasoconstrictive effect of arteries after a high-fat meal. So I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but after we eat a high-fat meal, our blood vessels constrict a bit. And if you take a look at the onset, there were 3 groups tested. One was placebo. One was a group that was going to take just the fruit and veggie, and one was going to take fruit, veggie, as well as the berry blends, okay? At baseline, after this high-fat meal, and the meal that was tested was a McDonald's breakfast meal. Although our family does not go to McDonald's, I will say that I took a look at the fat and calorie content of the meal that was tested, and I guarantee you we do that on a fairly regular basis at other restaurants or, you know, Thanksgiving or Christmas. So it happens frequently. And you take a look, an hour after that meal, you had constriction of, almost 41%, 45%, and almost 48%, which is a lot. I was pretty shocked by that. And this is why you see that uptick in heart attacks, during the holiday season and whatnot, because people are having these high-fat rich meals. If there's any kind of buildup or blockage, this could be a cardiac event. So 30 days after starting Juice Plus, the placebo group had no statistical difference, as would be expected. The folks that had been for 30 days eating, changing nothing else, again, in their life, but adding the garden and orchard capsules to their diet, went down to 16% constriction from 45. So that's a 63% reduction, which is extraordinary, and which is why it was published in the Journal for Cardiac Health. But my gosh, look at the trio here. Fruit, veggie, and berries, 2 capsules every morning for 30 days, and this group started the highest. 47.5% constriction after that high-fat meal, down to 1.5%, which the study called virtually undetectable. That is amazing. And that is the kind of study that's being done and published over and over and over again on Juice Plus. Now, if you're a science person like me, you would want to know what the p-value is. The p-value is an indicator of how likely is it that the result that we're showing was actually caused by what we're testing, the variable we're testing. This particular study has a p-value of 0.02, which means that there's a 98% certainty that the results we're talking about here were caused by these folks taking Juice Plus, okay? I just said earlier, outside of these more clinical studies where we're drawing blood and looking at cells and doing that, the company has collected a lot of data from people on the more subjective, benefits we're feeling. Things like, are you missing less school or less work because of sickness? Are you drinking more water? Are you going to the doctor less? They do that by having what's called a children's health study. I mean, hundreds of thousands of families have gone through the study and given back information, and over 96% of people were experiencing positive benefit of some kind, and that's a positive benefit that they could see or feel. That doesn't even count those changes that we know are happening because they've been tested at the cellular level. This is 96% of people saying, I feel different because of any one of the variables that they're questioning about in that study. I often have clients say to me, will Juice Plus help with X, Y, or Z? To be honest, it's going to depend on your own body, your own circumstance. I have had friends whose children have come off of their asthma inhalers. My own son's eczema completely went away. We've had folks come off of diabetic medication, blood pressure medication, and certainly that is a function of bettering your nutrition. As Dr. Du Bois says, there is no human condition that won't improve with good nutrition, and no human condition that will improve with bad nutrition. So whether you're starting from a place of relatively good health already, you can still improve, by adding this concentrated nutrition every day. We were in that bucket. And if you do have something going on, whether it's, arthritic or some kind of inflammation or, it's not going to hurt, and it will most likely help to truly, truly improve your nutrition in this easy way. Dr. Katz, I'm a big fan of. He has an incredible program for kids called Nutrition Detectives. So look that up when you can. It's a wonderful thing to take your family through at some point in time. But he's the founding director at the Yale University Prevention and Research Center. He does a lot of speaking across the country on prevention and lifestyle and the things that we can be doing. And I want to just share a 1-minute video from him about his thoughts on Juice Plus.
I've been impressed with the body of research underlying Juice Plus, although I have to say the thing that impresses me most is just the sense behind it. If we know that people would be healthier eating more fruits and vegetables, but they're not doing it, we have to invent ways to get them there from here. And if they're not going to eat the fruits and vegetables they should, we have to invent strategies that approximate the nutritional benefits of getting there from here. You look at all the studies of isolated nutrients, how frequent the disappointments are. There's something in between. There's food, there's isolated supplements, but what if we could preserve all the nutrients in their native balance from the most nutritious foods? I think Juice Plus is the perfect illustration of that. But the other thing that's impressed me is by taking these plant nutrients all packaged into convenient capsules, there seems to be an effect on people's taste preferences. I hear routinely from people that when they use Juice Plus, they start eating more fruits and vegetables. So it's not as if the remedy ends with the supplement. The supplement actually seems to open up a door to a more expansive remedy, that this particular supplement may start to influence taste preference, shift both adults and children in the direction of a more healthful lifestyle overall. That's impressive.
I would agree. And that also happens to be one of the things we've seen in our own household. Dr. Sears has a fantastic video about metabolic programming, and really your body does begin to crave what you're feeding it. And my kids are a prime example. It is hilarious to see. When I have a Juice Plus display at events, I will often put together a basket of all of the fruits and the veggies and whatnot that are in Juice Plus, just so people can truly understand, you know, the sheer volume and variety that they're consuming every day. And 10 times out of 10, you know, when my kids are at the event, by the end they're just like shoving the kale in their mouth and the parsley, and people can't even believe it. But they crave that because they've gotten this nutrition for 4 years now. So the Juice Plus product line, really quickly, so far I've just kind of talked about our foundational product, which is the Juice Plus. You know, the vegetables, the fruits, and the berry blends, that can come in capsule or chewable form. In my personal opinion, that is the most important thing that anyone can be doing, is adding these micronutrients to their diet. The complete line helps give you some very healthy plant-based macronutrients. So healthy proteins, healthy fibers, complex carbs in a perfectly complete, hence the name, balanced form. And that comes in shake or bar, and our family uses those often as either meal replacement, because we're very busy, or snacks. And it's just been a fantastic addition to our busy lifestyle. And the third product by Juice Plus is Tower Garden, right here, a vertical aeroponic gardening system. So I love, and it says right here, the company's mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. And their products support that. You know, they don't see the Tower Garden, you know, as a competitor to, you know, the capsules. They truly want to inspire people to consume as many plants as possible, because that is just critical to our health. You know, the other thing they do is they are really dedicated to providing programming, free programming, to their customers far outside of the product, which is why, and we're going to talk in a minute about the business model, which is why their product will always be distributed through individual franchise owners like myself, and not, you know, big retailers for years have been trying to get Juice Plus on their shelves. They don't want a person to just buy it from a shelf off of Whole Foods, because they want a person to be taking care of their customer. They want that customer not just taking their Juice Plus, but drinking more water, getting a cleaner diet. We have lots of meal plans that we can easily supply to our clients, you know, making one simple change a month as far as exercise, hydration, sleep. So I love that they take it so much further than being a product. It is truly a company that is mission driven. And the first time I heard the president say that their mission was to inspire healthy living, I thought, well, me too. You know, that's been my mission since well before I was a certified health coach and doing this professionally. You know, my whole life, the idea of inspiring healthy living has appealed to me. The other thing I love is that they're not trying to outsmart Mother Nature like a lot of products do. They're just taking Mother Nature and trying to make it more convenient. And I spoke at the onset about my charter being to give my clients, my friends, my family, anyone I come in contact with, practical tools to take all the education I have about nutrition and health and wellness and make it doable and possible inside of your life. That's exactly what Juice Plus has done with these products. So as far as what's the investment in better health, I used myself as an example. So, you know, I take all three blends of capsules every morning. It's $71 a month. I also sponsor Caitlin in the Children's Health Study that I talked about earlier, so she takes the product for free. So she and I both take it for $71.25 a month. I also drink a shake every single day. So that comes out to be about, $4.40 a day I'm spending to get all of the micro and macro nutrients I need for myself and Caitlin. I mean, that's not a lot because I do the grocery shopping and I know what fruits and veggies and meals cost. So I have replaced my multivitamin as well as a meal a day for under $4.50, which is obviously a very cost-effective way to do it. Now, when people start to consume Juice Plus, they have a couple options. Most people who take Juice Plus are still just a customer, buying from someone who owns a virtual franchise. And I'm going to use the Trio, which is what I take as an example. But for someone to take Trio, I said it was $71.25 a month, or you can pay in full. Once every 4 months, you would pay $279. I already talked about the fact that Juice Plus will always be distributed by people who are very committed to inspiring healthy living. So when you're a customer, you're not just getting the product, you're getting coaching, you are really getting plugged into a community of others who are working hard to get healthy, and some really cool things are happening inside of these groups. The other option is to become a franchise owner. And another word for franchise owner is wholesale buyer. I'm going to walk you through a couple different options. But Juice Plus is set up very different from most franchises that I would typically think of because it's no risk. There's no storefront. There's not a big startup fee. So there's a $50 upfront fee, to get your website up and running, to become a franchise owner. And from day one, you earn retail profit on everything you sell. And remember, you are your own customer. You would just start a franchise for $50, order from yourself. So at a minimum, you're looking at, the regular price minus the retail profit, which you would get back in a paycheck on the Trio, is $39. So at a minimum, you would be saving almost $40 every time, every 4 months when you order your own Trio. So as you can see, it makes sense for a lot of people to start a franchise, even if they're going to use it just to wholesale buy for their own family. Because there is no inventory requirement, there is no monthly minimum, a lot of people start a franchise and treat it like Costco and only ever buy for their own family, which is fine, which is an absolutely okay way to do it. The company also has something that is very cool. It's called a Healthy Living Plan. Remember, their mission is to inspire healthy living, and they know that you know people that I don't know, right? So they developed something called a Healthy Living Plan to really help further the reach of healthy living, but also to help compensate people that are sharing their health habit. The Healthy Living Plan is when you pay the $50 and start a franchise. If you generate 500 points in 3 different households, and your own is one of them, in a 30-day period, the Juice Plus company will pay you a $100 Healthy Living Plan bonus. So let's say you're just getting started today. You yourself are one household, and let's say your parents and your sister or sister-in-law or next-door neighbor are also very interested in, starting to take concentrated food instead of a multivitamin. That right there is a Healthy Living Plan. Virtually everyone on earth could easily do a healthy living plan because almost everyone who's trying to get healthier knows at least 2 other households, whether it's in their extended family or close friends, that are really looking for this kind of solution as well. And just like I said earlier, I really encourage my friends who sign on as franchise owners at a minimum to do the Healthy Living Plan, because that, I'm going to show you right now, is virtually going to cover the cost of their own Juice Plus. Remember, the fee for the Trio was $279, but if you've made $39 back in retail profit on your own household and 2 other households, and the company paid you $100, that's $217 that first month back, which again almost covers the cost of your own Juice Plus. But more importantly, you've helped 2 other families start to get healthy as well. Now, I want to go into a little bit of the business model. Why do I do this business? I already said that healthy living inspires, inspiring healthy living appeals to me. I absolutely wanted my health and time and financial freedom together right now. I didn't want to wait till retirement, to be free time-wise. I have a very thriving Juice Plus franchise, and I am also a stay-at-home mom. And I can't think of anything else in the world where I can help people get as healthy as they are, make the kind of income I'm making, and be a full-time stay-at-home mom. So that to me has been incredible. But most importantly, I couldn't unhear what I heard. I was A, starting a health coaching practice, and B, pregnant when I heard about Juice Plus. So I looked at every piece of research out there, and once I did, I was, I'm being honest here, going to be sharing Juice Plus whether or not they were paying me, to do that, because I couldn't unhear what I heard. I couldn't unlearn what I'd learned about what these studies are showing, and I shared just one of the studies earlier. But that is why I do this business. And so as far as how the business is set up, you take a look at how goods get to consumers. There are really 3 different methods of distribution. One is an in-house direct sales force. I used to be a part of that for a technology company for 12 years before my children were born. That is very common when you have a business-to-business product or service that you're selling. It's also extraordinarily expensive, because you're recruiting and you're paying salaries and you are paying benefits and you're doing all of those things for people to be on your payroll and going out and directly selling. And again, that is still most common in business-to-business type transactions. Most products that are sold today, though, aren't even in that business-to-business space. They're consumer products. They're something that an ultimate consumer would be using inside their own household. And when you look at that space, there's really 2 options. The first, and really, way back in the day, it was like catalog and mail order. But then, there was a big retail boom for many years. Retail is extraordinarily expensive. If you are a company that has a product and you want to get it to market, you're spending on advertising because you've somehow got to educate a consumer about your product before they just see it on a shelf somewhere, so they know at least a little bit about what it is. And then you're paying a lot to that channel of distribution. You're paying a lot to that retailer to sit on their shelves. But obviously, we all still go to stores, so that's still, a fairly common way to get goods to consumers. By far, the fastest growing method of distribution is what we call network marketing. It's also the most misunderstood, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But network marketing takes that same product, and instead of paying, a Whole Foods or a Walmart or a Target, they say, why don't we pay the people that use this product directly to share their product with their network of friends and family, and we'll pay them directly. And that really started getting popular probably 8-9 years ago, but it is really taken off. Many, many products today use the network marketing method of distribution. And I'm going to talk in just a minute. I don't want that to be confused with what most people think of as like a quote-unquote pyramid scheme. We'll kind of talk about the difference. All network marketing is a method of distribution, and it's an awesome one, and it's working really well for the companies that are using it as well as for its distributors. So you will see more and more, well, you are seeing more and more and more products being delivered to the market in this way. Every person listening, I guarantee you, can probably name 10 people that they know that are already involved in some kind of network marketing, whether it's, jewelry or oils or cookware or makeup or you name it. But a lot of companies are turning to network marketing, and it's awesome. 85% of women in the U.S. last year who earned 6 figures or more did so through network marketing. So as I said to my husband, I'm not going to bet against that number. I'm not going to go here or here ever again, if this is the trend. So you heard me mention earlier a pyramid, because that is a question I get a lot, and it's a question I had myself as soon as I heard my sponsor, when she was describing the business, she started talking about building a team. And I thought, oh, is that a pyramid? Is that a pyramid? And I really dug deep into what this marketing plan is, and now I think I do a pretty good job of helping people understand what it is and what it isn't, and I'm going to take a couple minutes to do it now. This is what we're used to is actually very much like a pyramid, right? Like the company I worked for, I was at Xerox for many years. There were a lot of, first-line salespeople, and then a couple some managers above them, some district managers and VPs, a handful of senior VPs or directors, all rolling up to one president and CEO, which obviously is very much the shape of a pyramid. What I love about Juice Plus is that everyone starts here and everyone can get to National Marketing Director. They want nothing more than for every single person that joins the organization to get to the top spot. And that is cool to me. And again, we're going to talk more about it in a minute. As far as team building, you absolutely want there to be an opportunity to grow through developing other people. You would not want to get involved with any kind of marketing if every single month you were required to go get new customers. That's what drives a lot of people out of direct sales. A lot of my friends in this business, like me, were in sales at one point, and you might have an extraordinary month, and then you start at zero. And it's not a great feeling, and that is not how this is set up. One of the things I want to share for just a couple minutes, because there are a lot of these kinds of businesses out there using the network marketing method of distribution, but they each have unique compensation or marketing plans, okay? I want to educate you for just a couple minutes on what makes an ideal compensation plan, because there are lots of them out there. First and foremost, it is important for any income that's being earned to be tied to goods or services being sold and not to signing on new distributors. And, we all know organizations that do this. We probably felt like we were being recruited by, a number of friends doing X, Y, or Z. One of the reasons people get that feeling is because some organizations are paying, their employees to sign someone up, which again is not ideal. Ideally, the income needs to be tied to the goods or services being sold, not to just signing on new distributors. You really don't want there to be a monthly personal minimum or inventory. So when we think about a quote, a pyramid scheme, or the kinds that are illegal, they are illegal, just so you know, and very unethical. Some companies will first and foremost pay you to just sign up your friends as distributors. Then those friends have to spend a certain amount on their own family's consumption of product X, Y, or Z, and they're forced to hold, this amount in inventory. So for a lot of organizations, the bulk of their sales and money coming in is tied to, the distributor paying a high startup fee and then being forced to have a monthly minimum in inventory. Again, that is not ethical and it's not sustainable. So make sure when you're considering something that there's no personal minimum, there's no inventory. To me, this is the biggest. The money should not flow up. Everyone should have the same earning potential. What I mean by that is this. I asked my sponsor, so if I start a franchise, can I make more than you? And the answer was yes. And that is a litmus test, okay? Because even though, and I'm going to show you in a minute, you want to be eligible to earn some kind of override for the organization you're helping to develop and helping to grow, you also need that to have a cutoff somewhere. Because if they're paying for infinity, that means the people that got involved initially or last year or yesterday will always have more earning potential than the people that are joining later. And it means the people that are joining later will have, possibly a different marketing plan. So definitely make sure that the money doesn't flow up. It is absolutely what you want to be able to build a team. You want there to be an element of your compensation plan aligned with developing that team. But there should be a cutoff at some point, which is going to be really, really important. So this is what the Juice Plus marketing plan looks like. There are several steps. I really try to get most of my friends who start their franchise to sales coordinator in no more than 6 months, because that is where you're earning the top commission in the company. You're earning the full the full 22% commission. I'm not going to get into too much detail on some of that, but I want to give you a high-level overview of some very specific income examples. But do know that at National Marketing Director, you're earning an average of $120,000 a year with full benefits, and many people get there in a 1 to 3 year period. 3 years used to be roughly kind of the trajectory. I will say there are people making it now in 8 months, 9 months, 1 year, very, very quickly, because this business has really exploded. As far as what it takes to get there, just know that you can get all the way to this position with roughly 20 to 40 customers of your own, even less than that, 10 customers of your own, depending on how much they're ordering. But know that this is not, the success in this business is not predicated on having hundreds of customers or 100 team members that you're sponsoring. You can get all the way to 6 figures, 7 figures, and beyond with a solid customer base of your own, of 20 to 40 customers, and 5 team members, 5 franchises that you've sponsored and you're going to help them. So it's very, very doable. Why build a team? Okay, you don't have to. There's never a requirement to build a team. You will be eligible, for retail profit from day one. As soon as you make that very first promotion, and doing that healthy living plan would get you that first promotion, you are then also eligible to earn commissions. Commissions go from 6% to 22% depending on where you are in that marketing plan. So retail profit, commissions, there are multiple bonus opportunities along the way, but the largest component of your earning potential is something called a 5% performance bonus. That is a 5% override on the organization that you're helping to build. How do you become eligible for that? You become eligible right here by having that 20 to 40 customer base. When you're generating 1,000 points per month, or more, they call that a qualified business. I do like that there is a requirement in there to have a qualified business before you're eligible to earn this override on everyone you're helping to develop, because it shows that you're leading. You have yourself been able to share Juice Plus with 10, 15 households effectively, which shows the organization that you can help others do the same thing. So it would be very unfair for you to be here with no customers of your own and be asking these people to go get some customers, so I love that is in there. Again, litmus test. In my opinion, there should absolutely be some kind of qualifying marker for folks to be eligible to earn that override, because as you're going to see in a minute, the override is substantial. So this is the power of duplication. Up here I was showing a 3x3. This is me, and let's say I have helped 3 of my very good friends start their own franchise. I'm also going to help them, do the same thing. The income examples I'm going to walk you through, I'm going to use 5x5 as the example. I mean, I've probably sponsored 35, but remember I said that you only need 5. To get all the way to National Marketing Director. So I'm going to start at 5. We are eligible to earn that override on up to 5 qualified businesses down, okay? Remember I said there should be a cutoff at some point? For us, that 5% is once you hit 5 qualified businesses. So, on this team right there, that might only be 5 layers, because let's say all these people qualified their business. On this team, you might go 15 people down before you get to 5 qualified layers. I'm going to just pretend everyone qualified their business, because that's going to keep things on, the most conservative end. So if you build a 5x5 organization, you will have 3,900 contributing franchises. And what does that mean for you? What that means for a 5x3, so this is only 3 layers deep, and maybe you've done that in a 3 or 4 month period, which is very, very possible to get a 5x3 structure in that amount of time. In example number 1, you have a qualified business because you want that 5% override. This is, though, just a team full of family buyers. that's okay. Like I said, not everyone's going to want to run for having a qualified business or 6 figures and beyond. Many people will want to pay the $50 and be a family buyer or just do their HLP, right? And so in this case, this is a team full of just family buyers. Instead of 1,000 points a month, they're generating about 100. So they each did their HLP and then they stopped, and that's okay, because 5 by 3 of family buyers is still going to pay you about $800 every month, and that is just in your performance bonus bucket. That does not count commissions and retail profit. I'm not even counting that in here. In this next example, same group of people, 5 by 3, but now they all have that qualified business because you've done a good job in helping them understand what the income potential is. You've also done a good job in helping them get there. So for anyone that joins our organization, I always let them know Sean and I are committed to helping anyone get to a point where they have a qualified business, whether that's having events, 3-way calls. You know, we'll do anything we need to do for people who want a qualified business to get there. So in this next example, 5 by 3, they've all got a qualified business, and now you're at 6 figures a year because you're at almost $8,000 in just performance bonus, and then the retail profit and commission certainly pushes you into the 6-figure bucket. Now, instead of just doing it 3 layers down, we've done it the whole 5 by 5. And here's 5 by 5 of just family buyers is almost $20,000 a month in performance bonus income. 5 by 5 of qualifiers is almost $200,000 a month of just performance bonus. So it's up to you as a franchise owner to decide what you want, and then we build what it takes to get there. And, you know, it's certainly a process. It certainly happens over time, but none of it feels like work. It's time, but that time is spent getting together with friends and sharing and honestly helping your friends do this as well, which is awesome, because anytime you can help a friend get healthy at a minimum at a discount, but maybe get healthy and start to earn significant income is amazing. I mean, it's just a very good feeling. So those are some high-level income examples, but I wanted you to have some very concrete and specific knowledge on what the potential is. It's extraordinary, and it's up for you as a franchise owner to decide. There is never any pressure to start a franchise and run with it or take it outside of your own household. You can absolutely be a person that signs up for just the discount. You could sign up and work to do your healthy living plan, which again is at a minimum what I think people should do because it helps offset the cost of your own. Or you can really grow and earn some income, and we are here to help you if that's what you would like to do. What do you do now? You know, you've heard this, you're excited. I know I was. What are the steps to making this business a reality? What we just talked about, you do like the idea of inspiring healthy living. You love the idea of raw organic fruits and veggies with a food label going into your body every day. And frankly, the income potential is intriguing to you. You know, the fact that you can get there by doing something you would care a lot about has triggered something in you, and you want to get started. So you start by being a product of the product. You know, the reason I talk so confidently and frequently about the power of Juice Plus is because we've been taking it for 4 years. You know, we have a tower garden. We take the bars, we drink the shakes, we put our Juice Plus in our bodies every morning first thing when we wake up, and I know what it's done for us. So being a product of the product is the most important thing. And then you work with a sponsor. So even if you called Juice Plus, like 1-800-JUICE-PLUS, and said, I want to start a franchise, they would give you a sponsor. Everyone has a sponsor because that sponsor, part of their job and responsibility is to help you reach the goals you're setting. We have an extraordinary team in place already. I truly feel like there's nothing we can't accomplish, and we're proving that day in and day out. So anyone who's joining our team has a strong support system, not just from Sean and I, but from other leaders on our team who help everyone and all of us. Then all you're doing is sharing your simple health strategy with other families who you know are working hard to do this. I am not in a position right now where I'm trying to go out and get new customers. I share with people all the time, I almost have too many because I want to be able to really manage them well and stay in close touch. But I would say 15 to 20 people a month call me, and say, I'm ready, I want to start it, or I heard about it. And so, really it takes off like wildfire because there are so many people out there looking for this and ready for this. Understanding and sharing the genuine business opportunity. Your sponsor is also there to help you with that. But know that there are so many people looking for this exact type of business right now. I have been shocked over and over and over again by the people that, shame on me, I haven't shared the business with, that have just been customers for years. And once I did, were so excited and, really, really thrilled to be invited to join our organization and our team. So I've stopped I've stopped saying that person's too busy or that person's already has a thriving law firm business. I've stopped doing that because over and over I have seen that this is exactly the type of business that people are ready and looking for. So sharing the benefits of taking Juice Plus, as well as your honest and sincere commitment to growing a successful team. If you want to be a person who gets to national marketing director, who has 6 figures in full benefits and beyond, you need to be committed to your team. And I think that goes a long way because people need that. People want that. And it's our job to help them get there. And again, we're ready, willing, and able. And the other thing is, even if the product or the business is not for them, everyone knows someone that would love this product and this opportunity. So, share it. Share what you've heard. Share what you know. Again, take the product because then you'll understand, the benefits of the product itself, and then link up with a sponsor to get started and to help you every step of the way. So thank you again for your time. I know it was quite a chunk of time, but hopefully you found this to be not just informative and educational, but inspiring, and maybe this has flipped a switch in you like it did for me. Ways for your family to have that health, that time, and that financial now, when your kids are young or before they're even born, to do all the things you want to do. Because I am a very honest and transparent person, and I can tell you that there is nothing like this product or this business. And our team has an unbelievable culture of sharing and support and development, and we would love, love, love and invite you to be a part of it. Have an awesome day.